Howdy, Dennis Bradford here. Let's think some about being, feeling, and doing better. How to make your energy test calibration improvement easier. Like success, mastery leaves clues. Suppose that you want to improve your powerlifting total. What's the easiest way to do that? In other words, since strength training is brutally hard physical work, how could you maximize the value of your efforts? First, study. Read. Watch training videos. Keep up to date on the latest training tactics. Second, find a gym that specializes in powerlifting. Go there and make some new friends. Observe how they live. Discover their best tactics with respect to warming up, training well, eating well, and sleeping, recovering well. In other words, learn different routines for increasing strength on the power lifts. Third, test them for yourself to discover which ones work best for you. Make a commitment to training and do whatever is required daily. Develop a rational practice schedule and tweak it with experience. Unless you are injured or ill, do what is required every day without excuses. Similarly, suppose that you want to improve your energy testing calibration. First, study. That's what you're doing watching this video. Watch similar videos. Read some of the books I've recommended. Learn about different kinds of spiritual practices. Second, can you apprentice yourself to a sage, or at least to a senior practitioner? Can you get one to help you, to coach you? Can you find a reliable training partner? At least find practice routines that others use. Test them for yourself to discover which ones work best for you to maximize the benefits of your training. Develop a rational practice schedule and tweak it with experience. Actually, spiritual practice should be continual all day long. Sages are always meditating. You won't, though, be able to do that initially. Do what is required every day without excuses. You can almost always do them even if you are ill or injured. Strength training yields many benefits. I do it regularly and have even written a book about it, namely weightlifting. The benefits, though, of living well or wisely are incalculable. Most people, sadly, never do what is required to raise their energy testing calibration significantly. They simply fail to work on themselves. The result is predictable. The quality of their lives is not what it could be. Your calibration is either 200 or higher, or it's 199 or lower. If it's 199 or lower, you don't need me to tell you that you're really suffering. Here's how, again, I'll help you fix that. In the videos that follow, I discuss the worst, most debilitating emotions, such as grief and fear. You know the good news. They're all eliminable. It requires understanding what to do, which you're learning, and doing it. There's even more good news. When you work on dissolving one unwanted emotion, it's impossible not to be dissolving others automatically and simultaneously. That's the fastest way to boost your calibration. It may take you much less time to hit the 200 level than you now imagine. If your calibration is 600 or higher, again, there's nothing here of value for you. If you're at 540 or higher, there's really nothing for you to worry about. If you're at 500 to 540, a little more work on yourself will elevate you over the top. However, it's likely, again, that your current calibration is between 200 and 499. Please improve your environment, especially your interpersonal environment. Spend more and more time with those who are wise and less time with those who are foolish and not even trying to improve. If you've had significant post-high school formal education, it's likely that you're familiar with and inspired by purely intellectual geniuses such as Newton, Freud, and Einstein, who all calibrate at 499. There's certainly nothing wrong with thinking well. In fact, Perhaps you have an income that ultimately depends upon the work of such giants. Might it not be wise, though, to aim a little higher? Here's some concrete guidance. The highest are those who calibrate at the highest level, 1,000, such as Krishna, the Buddha, Jesus Christ, and Zoroaster. An obvious problem, though, is that they're not around anymore. There's a significant drop-off from them to their followers. For example, the Bible has been the most influential book in the Western tradition. The Old Testament only calibrates at 190. However, it does have 3 valuable books, including Proverbs at 350. The good news is that Genesis calibrates at 660 and Psalms at 650. The New Testament calibrates at 640. However, if you ignore Revelation, which only calibrates at 70, and I find mostly unintelligible anyway, the Revised New Testament calibrates at 790. Are you familiar with the Lamsa version of the Bible? It's translated from the Aramaic Peshitta. If you added in Genesis, Psalms, and Proverbs, as well as that Revised New Testament, it would calibrate at 810. If you read the Lamsa Revised New Testament, in other words, excluding Revelation, it calibrates at 880. So, at least if you come out of the Christian tradition, there are some excellent additions to your reading list. At least if you're an American, it's likely, too, that you're familiar with the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson. It calibrates at 705. Would you like a ready-made, day-by-day training program for the next year? You can find one in A Course in Miracles, which calibrates at 600. It's excellent. Again, sages all score at 600 or higher. I've referenced some in this playlist, such as Ramana Maharshi, Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, and David Hawkins. Read their books for additional inspiration and guidance. Now that you know where to look, you should realize that there's a lot of help readily available. Please help yourself and the rest of us by making use of it. Let's end emotional distress